What's up, y'all? I'm DJ Troopy, and I came across an article earlier today on my Facebook. You know, I'm starting to think like my intros are a little fucked up. Like I be just getting like straight to it. Like I play the music and then I just get like straight to it type shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't really give a fuck about like introducing myself because I mean like this shit more important. You know what I mean, than getting to know me. But I came across this article earlier. It's interim operational considerations for implementing the shielding approach to prevent COVID-19 infections in humanitarian settings, right? And as I came across this, there's a whole lot of shit involved, right? But I wanted to compare this whole coronavirus shit to a video game called The Division. Now, in The Division, there's a whole lot of shit going on, right? There's a whole lot of shit going on, and let me get my headphones real quick. You know, let me get my headphones on so we don't have no audio issues, no feedback or nothing with my audio coming through my speaker monitor and shit. So let me do that real quick. I probably should have did that before I went live, but fuck it, nigga. I'm the only nigga in here anyway. We gonna get it right. Just a second. Just a second. Let me see if I can get this right.
Money.
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna bring this back to like what I got at 28 seconds, right? Let's go. Let's just do it like that. Fuck it, let's go 25.
Winter has revealed how vulnerable we've become.
Stop that. All right. So in this game called The Division, there's something called the green poison, right? The green poison is essentially the coronavirus. Mind you, this game came out March 8th, 2016. It's the same year President Trump took office in the United States. That same year this video game came out. It's one of my favorite video games, right? And nobody knew what the fuck was going on, but as you play this game, you start to do your you start to like, you know, go through like story mode and shit. And then you just like now that we in 2020, when you look back at this game, they was definitely like they foretold a lot of shit, right? And it's hard to actually find a starting point because I know motherfuckers really don't be playing video games like that. You know what I mean? We grown men and shit. And I don't be playing like that, but I be finding time sometimes, you know what I mean? But it's hard to find a starting point for motherfuckers who don't like agree with the predictive programming or the signs that they put in the video games and in the movies about the foreshadowing of what is to come. And this one has probably the most foreshadowing I've ever seen anywhere as far as a video game is concerned. Now, it starts off right. This nigga, his name is Gordon Amherst, right? He makes a virus and he decides to distribute it on dollar bills on Black Friday. And on this Black Friday, you know, everybody goes shop. Well, let's just play this, right? Let's just play this. Let's listen to this movie.
Our lifestyle, our security, our safety.
It's not a movie. It's a clip. It's a clip, and I'll bring it back those 2 seconds.
Revealed how vulnerable we've become. Our lifestyle, our security, our safety depends on a delicate and unstable economy. We've created a system so complicated that we no longer understand how to control it. Oil, power, shipping, transport. We live in a complex world. And the more complex it gets, the more fragile it becomes. The system is built on a global supply chain that gets things where they're needed, just in time.
Now, I want to show that first part, right? That first part. I began to write down a lot of thoughts, but I was like, man, fuck it. The more I'm writing, the more time I waste not being live. So I wrote down some, and then we're going to get started, and then I'll just explain as we go. But I wanted to stop right there. They're talking about supply chains, global supply chains. Let's run that back. Let's just run that back a few seconds. That's too far. Here we go.
Oil, power, shipping, transport.
Shipping, and let's go. I'm gonna stop it at shipping.
Oil, power, shipping.
Boom. Y'all see that? Y'all see this? I've been doing a lot of research on the blockchain, and IBM is a major technological giant. I think I did a live stream mentioning IBM in the past, but when you go to their website, we're gonna go to the top. Wow, look at that. Ship. But they talking about supply chains, and the blockchain is talking about the supply chain as well. We're going to go all the way down to where I was just at. Right? Matter of fact, I'll show you video clip. I'll show you the first clip. Right? And that's what I marked 45 seconds.
That enables Bitcoin, like anything of value, from medical records.
Let's do this.
The information in those blocks is secure because a blockchain is a digital ledger system stored across a variety of networks. A system that can be programmed to record and track anything of value, from medical records to food supply chain transactions. Most people think...
See? So in real life and on a video game, right? There's a virus in the midst of a breakthrough of global supply chain technology. You see what I'm saying? This is it's like a foreshadow. It's like foreshadowing the most of real life in a video game, right? But let's keep watching this clip though, right? But it's like supply chains, transportation. Matter of fact, let me go back to the IBM, right? And then I'll go down to this one, right? I'll go down to this one. It's even titled.
If you think
it's even titled Supply Chain, Fresh Thinking in Blockchain, AI, and IoT. Watch this. Off the rip. Look at how it go.
Golden State Foods is one of the largest diversified suppliers to the food industry today. 125,000 restaurants, including many of the chains you'll recognize. And our client today, Bob Welpert, is essentially the leader of the way they do all the supply chain and logistics. He is the corporate senior vice president, but also the president of logistics for Golden State Foods. So Bob, if I can invite you up to the stage, and let's talk about what you're doing here.
Fuck all of that. Y'all see that? More about supply chains, national or global supply chains, and then
stable economy. We've created a system so complicated that we no longer understand how to control it. Oil, power, shipping, transport. We live in a complex world. And the more complex it gets, the more fragile it becomes. The system is built on a global supply chain that gets things where they're needed, just in time.
Just in time. Getting shit where they need it just in time. This a video game talking to the people, bro. This the video game. And then this real life. This real life.
Systems and supply chain standards assessed. Access to insights from this data is beneficial to growers, retailers, to the second. The blueberries that went into a breakfast smarter and more efficient. Imagine being able to trace when and where, down to the second, the blueberries that went into a breakfast bar were picked, shipped, and eventually processed. Access to
See IBM talking about supply chains that deliver shit in time, on time. And so is this video game. Bro, listen, bro. This is like more than synchronicity right here. This is like, let's play the video though. Let's play the video.
We've created a house of cards. Remove just one, and everything falls apart. And what's fueling this system?
Money. Americans can spend $90 billion in a single day of shopping. Last year, 200 million people swarmed their local stores on November 23rd. We call that day Black Friday. Did you know that a flu virus can survive on the surface of a banknote for up to 17 days?
Y'all remember when they came out with when they first came out with the coronavirus, and they was like, it can last up on $1. It could last on $1 bills for like a week, and niggas actually started going cashless. Y'all remember that, bro? You gotta remember that, bro. This is exactly that, bro. This is the intro to a fucking video game, bro. And this shit is real life. This shit is real life.
One day there will be a pandemic. It could begin during the crush of Black Friday sales. A pathogen will jump from tainted banknotes to human skin, onto food, toys, children, and loved ones. By the time patient zero feels the first sore throat, millions of people will already be infected.
Now that's hella exaggeration. That's just for cinematics and shit right there. But shit, bro. Everybody knew about this, bro. Hold on, nigga. You think niggas ain't know about this? Listen to Bill Gates himself tell you.
Today, the greatest risk of global catastrophe doesn't look like this. Instead, it looks like this.
This video was posted April 3rd, 2015. Now, of course, this isn't when it was actually filmed. I don't know when it was actually filmed. It was filmed prior to that. But this 5 years ago. This 5 years ago. And he was like an influenza virus. But that's coronavirus. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do Google. Images. That's damn near literally the same thing. Literally the same thing. But they been told you that. And then here go the video game again.
From this point, the breakdown will happen fast.
Day 1. Hospitals will reach capacity. Panic will strike. Day 2. Quarantine zones will be established. Resources will be rationed. Transport will go into lockdown. Day 3. International trade will stop. The oil will dry up. The stock market will collapse. Day 4. The power will fail. The shelves will be empty. The taps will run dry. And once hunger and despair take hold, people will do anything for survival. By day 5, everyone will be a potential threat.
Now, some of that was like exaggeration. Some of that actually took place. The stock market took a hell of a fucking hit. What else does that shit just say? The power ain't went out like that. We did stop international trade. We stopped a lot of international trade, which helped fuck up the stock market. What I'm saying is I'm seeing a lot of similarities from shit that was once make-believe and now is real. Like on my last stream, how I did the Neuralink from the 100 to the Neuralink in real life. They are doing a lot of shit and like making it real. Shit that would be like one person's wildest dreams, like not whether good or bad, you know what I mean? Some people would love to live in an apocalyptic scenario. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying, like, but that's a wild dream scenario. Like, it seems like they're trying to manifest this bullshit. For what reason, I don't know. You could call me crazy. But we did have quarantine zones as well. We had quarantine. Certain counties went into quarantine. Certain counties didn't have quarantine. Some did, some didn't. You know? And then you come back to, where was that at? Where I'm at. Then you go over here. Listen, man, they got this, the CDC, this article was on July 26, 2020. Right. Off the rip, it says this document presents considerations from the perspective of the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for implementing the SHIELD approach in humanitarian settings as outlined in guidance documents focused on camps, displaced populations, and low resource settings. I'm gonna read that one more time. Off the rip, bro. That's the first thing. That's the first fucking sentence. This document presents considerations from the perspective of the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention for implementing the shielding approach in humanitarian settings such as outlined in guidance documents focused on camps, displaced populations, and low resource settings. This is from the CDC. See this, cdc.gov. Coronavirus 2019 shit. This whole link. I believe I put the link in the description. This approach has never been documented and has raised questions and concerns among humanitarian partners who support response activities in these settings. The purpose of this document is to highlight potential implementation challenges of the shielding approach from CDC's perspective and guide thinking around implementation in absence of empirical data. That sounded like, now I just read that, but that sounded like they want you to listen. The purpose of this document is to highlight potential implementation challenges of the shielding approach from CDC's perspective and guide thinking around implementation in the absence of empirical data. Considerations are based on current evidence known about the transmission and severity of coronavirus disease and may need to be revised as more information becomes available. So it's saying even in the absence of the empirical data, they want you to they want to implement these guidelines, even though they don't have the data to back up why they're doing this shit. because they don't know too much about coronavirus and they can find out new shit. Please check CDC website periodically for updates. What it say? It says considerations are based on current evidence known about transmission and severity of coronavirus disease 2019 and may need to be revised as more information becomes available. So they may need to redo this. But this was July. This was like 3-4 months in. Shit, we went into quarantine about March, April, May, June, July. It's like 3-4 months in. It says what is the shielding approach? The shielding approach aims to reduce the number of severe COVID-19 cases by limiting contact between individuals at higher risk of developing severe disease, high risk, and the general population, low risk. High risk individuals would be temporarily relocated to a green zone established at the household, neighborhood, camp/sector, or community level, depending on context and setting. Now, on this game, The Division, they have something called the dark zone, right? We'll get to that. But over here, we got green zones. Established at the household, neighborhood, camp/sector, or community level, depending on context and setting. They would have minimal contact with family members and other low-risk residents. Current evidence indicates that older adults may have serious underlying medical conditions or at higher risk for severe illness from COVID-19. In most humanitarian settings, older population groups make up a small percentage of the total population. For this reason, let me slow down. Oh shit. Did I finally run out of battery? I think my battery in my mouse finally died after so long. I hope it didn't, because I need it right now. I think we good. All right. In most humanitarian settings, older population groups make up a small percentage of the total population. For this reason, the shielding approach suggests physically separating high-risk individuals from the general population to prioritize the use of limited available resources and avoid implementing long-term containment measures among the general population. Right. So basically cutting people off from the general population and putting them in green zones. In theory, shielding may serve as its objective to protect high-risk populations from disease and health. However, implementation of the approach necessitates strict adherence to protocol. Inadvertent introduction of the virus into a green zone may result in rapid transmission amongst the vulnerable populations the approach is trying to protect. Right. There's a point I wanted to get out here. Right. So they have a chart of the level of like green zoning. Summary of the shielding approach. And we gonna get to the PDF I got from this in just a second. But I want you to look at these. I want you to look at this. Household level. A specific room or area designated for high risk individuals who are physically isolated from their household members. Right. It says movements and then movements and interactions next to it. Low risk household members should not enter the green zone. If entry is necessary, it should be done only by healthy individuals after washing hands and using face coverings. So they gonna use a green zone or a quarantine zone in your house. Right? So like your room might be your quarantine zone, and the only nigga who can come in your room is a nigga who can wash his hands. Right? Then you got the neighborhood level. And then it says a designated shelter / group of shelters, max 5 to 10 households within a small camp or area where high-risk members are grouped together. Neighbors swap households to accommodate high-risk individuals. So now if there's a group of people who got it, now it's like they gonna be moving niggas from different houses. Same as above. Movements and interactions, same as above. Then you got the camp sector level, right? A group of shelters such as schools, community buildings within the camp/sector where high-risk individuals are physically isolated together. So it says, and then it says interactions over here. One entry point is used for exchange of food, supplies, etc. A meeting area is used for residents and visitors to interact while practicing physical distancing, 2 meters. No movement into or outside the green zone. But let's look at this camp. Why are they calling it camp or sector level, right? Camp is a terrible word. Niggas who've been researching shit for the last few years know camp is not the word we want to hear. It may be a FEMA camp. It sure as hell ain't a damn boot camp. They sure as hell ain't you know what I mean? What kind of camp is this, nigga? We going Boy Scouts? Fuck you mean camp? But it says a group of shelters such as, listen, this is the part I got a problem with. A group of shelters such as schools. I don't know where y'all at, but I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we know everybody going into the e-learning shit. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just I'm a little weirded out because the high school I went to now has a fence around it. I don't know if that fence has always been there, but I've just been noticing the fence here lately. And I don't think that fence was there when I graduated in 2013, but I'm trying to figure out why they put a fence around the school. The other high school I went to, they're having some major like renovations done to the outside of it. And I'm trying to figure out why. And this don't give me no good no good optimism about it. A group of shelters such as schools, community buildings. So is that why they putting all the kids out of school? I just asked the question. I'm not saying they is, but I'm just asking the question. Right? Is that why they putting all the kids out of school? Because they plan on turning these schools into green zone camps? Well, like I said, you can have neighborhood level green zones. You can have a green zone in your house, in your neighborhood, and at the school, and like in like a district. They expect it to be terrible. But if you click on one of these things, man, I clicked on the one, it brings you down here to the source, and I downloaded this PDF right here. This is from the the Health and Humanitarian Crisis Center, the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. From Caroline Favaz, March 31st, 2020. You gotta look at this, bro. Off the rip, it gets fucked up. I need to be able to zoom in on this. What'd it look like? Zoom in some more. That should be good. Look at the first fucking word, bro. I downloaded the PDF from the CDC, mind you. From the CDC, mind you. Forcibly displaced populations residing in camps or camp-like settings may be particularly vulnerable to COVID-19 epidemics due to overcrowding, poor access to safe water and sanitation, and limited access to health services. But they're forcibly displaced. I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that. Let's finish watching some of this division shit. Let's see if I can incorporate this some more.
National trade will stop. The oil will dry up. The stock market will collapse. Day 4, the power will fail. The shelves will be empty. The taps will run dry. And once hunger and despair take hold, people will do anything for survival. By day 5, everyone will be a potential threat.
In 2007, a new presidential directive was signed quietly into law. This maps out the government's response to a crisis, a plan to cope with a real dark winter. It is known as Directive 51. There are rumors of shadow agencies, sleeper cells.
They call it Directive 51, but we know it as Agenda 21. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe, or is that a different agenda? We not talking about the same agenda. This ain't a part of Agenda 21. This ain't it. No. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Shit, if y'all watch this, comment, let me know if I'm wrong. Shit, fuck it. Let's keep watching.
Covert agents. But nothing can be confirmed.
Our complex world is primed for breakdown.
And once the chaos strikes,
there won't be resources to save us all.
The only question left is, what will it take to save what remains?
They said it was just the flu.
You see that shit, bro? Look at that from the TED Talk.
Doesn't look like this. Instead, it looks like this.
What's that say? Influenza virus. That's the flu. That's the flu.
But it's the flu. They said it was just the flu. But it turned out to be something else entirely. We followed our orders. Isolate the sick in a quarantine zone in the middle of Manhattan and stop the contagion from spreading.
Shielding. Shielding is what they call it. They call it shielding in real life, where they give green zones.
We started to lose count of casualties. We built a wall to contain the sick, but we lost control.
Listen, they built a wall. They built a wall to contain the sick. Y'all gonna see where I'm going with this in a minute. They built a wall to contain the sick, right? To contain the sick. And that became the dark zone inside them walls, because those are where all the high risk or high infectious patients, like in the green zones, the dark zones. Remember I told y'all about that? I mentioned that a little earlier.
The situation. And that's when the power went out. Rioting, looting, chaos. They ordered us to pull out all troops within a few hours. We left everything behind, in a zone saturated with contamination. We left our best equipment, our most powerful weapons, and the only hope for a cure. Few dare go over the wall. And fewer still come out. We call this place the Dark Zone.
When we started Carvana, they told us that
Fucking ads, man. Don't you hate commercials? I fucking hate commercials. But yeah. That's like part one, right? It's like part one. You know? It's like there were so many similarities within the first. I don't even think that was 5 minutes. Let me mute this and let's see where we at. Let's skip this ad and see where we at. That wasn't even 5 minutes in, and I just pointed out a hella similarities. But let's keep watching.
It's hard to watch something you love destroy itself, to see it fall apart. Disaster always feels so distant, detached. Someone else's struggle in some faraway place. It's not until it's in our city, at our doors, that we realize how fragile we are. All of us. All of this.
What the fuck, man? Ain't nobody trying to see all of this shit, bro. Where's the
down?
I'm trying to get to the end. Nobody trying to get to all this dramatic bullshit. Hold on, man. Ain't nobody trying to see that shit neither, nigga. Where the
No one's here to stop us. There's always another way.
Fuck out of here. Nah, nigga, I don't want no goddamn
is to save what remains.
Nah, nigga.
To save what's left of our city.
What's going on? Stop that shit. Thank you. What the fuck? God damn, they got too many buttons on this motherfucker now. Yeah, but they were building walls for the quarantine, right? I want y'all to see something. I want y'all niggas to see something. Right? Now, this game came out in 2016. Right? Right here. Now, on the storyline on this game, everything that happens on this game happens under the president of the United States at the time on this video game. His name is President Lawrence Waller. Waller is his last name. And they building walls and quarantining niggas off and calling it the Dark Zone. In real life, we have President Trump. We had President Trump. Right? And that nigga trying to build a wall. See the similarity? Lawrence Waller, build walls. Donald Trump, try and build a wall. Right. Now, whatever's about to happen next to us in real life is not Joe Biden's fault. Joe Biden is just a Biden by what was set in place by Trump. That's all. That's it. They on the same squad. You always notice a nigga get a president who gotta do some shit because a nigga before him fucked it up or did some shit. Well, shit, the nigga before me did this, so nigga, we gotta do this, right? So now Trump did what he did, and because he did what he did, Joe Biden just gonna have to start abiding and doing it. Yeah, I'm smoking a joint now. I was smoking a blunt earlier. That's why it's a little smokier. You know, papers burn different, you know what I mean? You know. But it's cool. It's nice. I like doobies every once in a while. It's cool. You know. A little cleaner. Slightly. It's all smoke though, so it really don't matter. But the similarities though. Lawrence Waller, Donald Trump. Now let me show you something else. Let's look at what President Waller looked like from the division. That's President. This nigga right here. Oh, that's crazy. There we go. That nigga right there. That's President Lawrence Waller from the division. Now, it's just a video game. That ain't a real person. That's, you know, CGI. But do y'all see that haircut? That is a vintage haircut, my nigga. That's this haircut. You see the similarities, man? Like, am I tripping out here? Like, watch this. Let me go back. Boom. If you take the sideburns off, let me see if I can find a way. Let me see if I could block them damn sideburns. If you could block the sideburns right here, you would get this shit right here. Donald Trump's haircut. They the same motherfucker. It was like they was telling you what was about to happen 4 years prior to it happening. This was 2016. It came out 2016. It came out the year President Waller was elected. Waller being Trump, the nigga who want to build walls. If you say I'm reaching, you sleep. Cause that ain't reaching. All of that is synchronistic as fuck. Let me see. Oh yeah, let me go to this other one. Let's go to this one from NGN. Shout out to these guys' videos, man. I appreciate these videos. You know, they helping me a lot right now. They helping me put in a lot of work right now.
With the Division 2 so close to being launched, I'm seeing a lot of questions in the community.
I ain't mean to mute that. I'm trying to skip through it. But now I can't hear nothing. What's going on?
To help keep the peace, known as the Last Man Battalion, cut ties with the JTF and started taking control of parts of the city for themselves. On top of this, there were a number of other hostile factions starting to rise rapidly. Initially, the symptoms were mistaken for a severe...
Alright, so we're gonna listen to this. Right? And I'm gonna point out the similarities because it's almost Thanksgiving and Black Friday time, and you know, I think so far this deserves some attention to look at, because this has been syncing up so far to me. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but to me, This was like foreshadowing as fuck.
Following Black Friday, retail's busiest day of the year, a number of people started getting sick, and it was spreading rapidly. Initially, the symptoms were mistaken for a severe case of the flu. However, when people started dying, medical personnel eventually found out that it was an outbreak of the previously eradicated smallpox virus.
My bad, I'm coughing and shit. I wanted to let that part play because they are trying to get rid of the money right now. Meaning that it's just a health hazard, and digital money is a lot safer, basically. My bad. I'll be having a think pause where I'll be like stuck in thought, and then I'll be like, and then I get it. It's shit fried. But yeah, they're trying to get rid of the money in real life. Same way they blame the money on this game. Like I can't find more similar. Maybe they're getting repetitive, but I don't think so. I think if this ain't hitting home, if this ain't hitting a reality to where how they keep foreshadowing shit in media and TV and video games and wherever the fuck you go, your cell phone, Facebook, YouTube, wherever the hell you at, they just like giving you like shit. And then you don't even know it. And then all of a sudden, around that time, boom. You know what I mean? Hold on. I wish I knew what these enemies were called. They got like these little electric dogs. They got like these little electric dogs on the Division. But they got them in real life too. Let me see if I can open up a new tab. I'm about to close out here soon. I just want y'all to see some of the shit that they be putting in the games and shit, man. It's a lot for me to explain. Like I could explain a lot more, but nah, man, I don't think I need to. I think as long as I can just sync up the shit and put get the images across and and play with the imagery, you should get it. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be that hard. But dog on street. I said electric. I don't know, but it's these little bipod. It's like these little bipodal things that look like dogs. This shit. Now that I see that image. Let me see if I can find a part. I'm glad I found it. Y'all see this? I would look that same motherfucking way. I will look that same way. Now I'm trying to see if I can find them on this.
What is blockchain?
Oh my
Blockchain
God.
is the technology.
You see how they promoting that cashless society and shit?
And welcome to this Division 2 gameplay.
Come on,
Today we're
man.
going to go over what I think of the game, and I'm going to leave you with a whole chunk of gameplay to watch as well. So first up, let's talk about my experience so far with Division 2. I've had the chance to check out the Dark Zone.
Look, there you go. That's it right there.
Before, so I made a video on that last month, and that was quite interesting, but it was very as a big letdown for me because I love the old big Dark Zone, and them splitting it into like 3 different ones was kind of let down. Didn't like it, but
you see, that's that right there. Is this right here?
Now here we are doing some of the in-game content. Now this is something I'm of course very interested with because Division 1 didn't have any in-game content at all.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like them is gonna be. Why else would they have that? Why would they make something like that? What else is that gonna be? What is that gonna be used for? Delivering packages to your door by Amazon? You're just gonna have this weird machine with a package on it. Here, package for you, ma'am. Why are they built? What is that, bro? I don't know what the fuck that is. But yeah, man, I just had to come. But and look, man, get these links, man. Look at this shit for yourself. Get the PDF. Where's the PDF at? I hope I didn't. Oh no, this shit right here. I just blew it up a lot. Yeah, here you go. They talking about forcibly displaced populations residing in camps or camp-like settings. So y'all gonna put them? They gonna put them in these? They gonna put them in these camps or camp-like settings, and then say they gonna be particularly vulnerable because it's gonna be overcrowded and they gonna have poor access to safe water and sanitation. They were forcibly displaced in the camps, and then gonna say they're more vulnerable because of overcrowding and poor access to safe water and sanitation. Well, why don't you get these niggas the access to that and quit forcibly putting them in green zones? But this the plan. This the plan. Y'all better do y'all research, man. Y'all look up whatever else y'all need to look up, but man, y'all need to look at this shit. Spread the word about this, nigga, because this is crazy. This only a few months ago. Look, general principles. The targeted shielding approach aims to protect those most vulnerable from SARS-CoV-2 infection by helping them to live in dignity, safely and separately from the general population for an extended period of time until one of the following circumstances arises. 1. Sufficient hospitalization capacity at the appropriate level is established. 2. Effective vaccine or therapeutic options become widely available. Or 3, the COVID-19 epidemic affecting the camp population subsides due to control or depletion of susceptible people in the unshielded population. Y'all better read this shit, man. Listen, I have fun. Listen, bro, I have fun watching Gucci and Gigi, bro. That was nice, bro. I appreciated that, bro. But do y'all see what these people with your government talking about, though? This this document presents considerations from the perspective of the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This here, bro, this home. They could do this. They could green zone niggas. President Waller is a fictional character, but shit, not really. Look at him. That's Trump. You know what I mean? It's just similar shit, bro. Just similar shit, bro. And like I said, the fucking game dropped in 2016. This was, niggas, we did not know nothing about a coronavirus in 2016, bro. This scenario was painted 4 years prior to. Listen, y'all have to understand what predictive programming is, bro. Y'all have to understand that these people are doing this. This is not something that just happened. They did this to us. And I wish niggas would wake up and realize that, man. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the stream with that. Y'all stay safe out here, man. Do y'all research. Stay up. I'm out.